several inches of snow, and that will continue into early Tuesday morning before the system moves across the Great Basin. Here's a look at an overall look at the weather here. And again, rain in through all the lower elevations of California, snow at the higher elevations. And as we get into that Wednesday time frame, it all spreads eastward over toward the Four Corners. So pretty active pattern for the Southwest here, and that's good news. Let's just keep it without any flash flooding this time, and we'll be a lot happier. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. You know, Kate, people across California are getting a break. They're getting a rest, a siesta from that dangerous, powerful storm. But some are facing situations, Kate, like this.
Yeah, you can see how this mudslide destroyed these homes in Camarillo. We are going to show you how this is just the beginning of the mess and the cleanup that starts today.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under fair skies. Today, a good deal of sunshine. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, a mainly sunny sky. High 75. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Unbelievable. A rare tornado rips through South Los Angeles, roofs blown off, trees toppled. A look at when the next round of storms will move in.
And another storm is the last thing people here in Camarillo Springs need. After heavy rain yesterday morning left a wall of mud and debris, in some cases more than 10 feet high, devastating more than a dozen homes in this area. We'll talk about how much time people had to save themselves from this landslide coming up in a live report.
And that system that hit California, it's on the move. See where it's headed next and why this severe weather could threaten your weekend plans.
Hi, America. Good morning to you and welcome to Weather Center Live. It is Saturday, December 13th. I'm Reynolds Wolf.
And I'm Kate Parker. Now, what a week of weather that it has been. It has been active. It has been busy. A lot of you have been cleaning out from that massive snowstorm in the Northeast and deadly rain on the West Coast.
You know what's amazing is the different types of weather we've seen, including this tornado. A tornado. That's right. In Southern California from the monster storm, it slammed South Los Angeles just yesterday. National Weather Service says it was about an EF0 tornado. It ripped roofs off homes, buildings, tossed debris high into the air while clocking winds of up to 85 miles per hour.
Despite the expletives in that video, fortunately no injuries. So that's the good news. It does sound like the Morse code of beep outs though going on. Listen to this. That's some wind for you. The ferocious storm also took out a landmark at Pebble Beach Golf Course. Fierce winds toppled the iconic cypress tree in the 18th fairway. This was while golfers, you can see them out there, were in the middle of swings, or at least trying to swing. The winds were 45 miles an hour. I'm not sure how they were getting any balls where they were wanting them to go.
Yeah, I think this is when you basically follow the beverage cart and go right into the clubhouse. You just kind of take it easy.
Yes, a little dangerous to be out there.
Indeed.
Cleanup continuing this morning after a mudslide. Now, this is all out of California this morning that we're focusing because this mudslide swamped homes in Camarillo Springs after days of heavy rain caused this to happen. And this was in an area that was a burn scar. And whenever you don't have that vegetation to keep the mud in place, it comes slamming into homes.
Kate, you are so right about that. You had the mud, the water that poured into homes that forced mandatory evacuations. Get this, Kate. Firefighters spent the day yesterday going from home to home just to make sure the people were safe.
Of course, obviously, we're thankful that a lot of people did get out of that situation, but a scary, scary sight, and it is going to be an ongoing concern, and that's why Paul Goodlow is live for us all day in Camarillo Springs. Good morning, Paul.
Indeed. It's been a rough time. Paul, the mud has forced so many people out of their homes. Where did they happen to go last night?
Well, some people are actually staying at a Marriott in town, and one of the homeowners told me he's so thankful they're actually giving them discounts to stay there. So definitely a kudos to that Marriott here in Camarillo for giving them a discount. The Red Cross also has a shelter open for some of the displaced homeowners, as well as his neighbors and family and friends. Not all the homes in this area have been impacted, but we're talking about a dozen are basically red tagged. You see the red tag on the front door here saying that this house is not habitable because of water and mud and debris and rocks. Again, some of these rocks have been kind of pushed out of the road, kind of piled up here, but this really doesn't do this justice. In fact, as we walk to the back of the house, you can't see it because the sun hasn't come up yet. We're talking the pile of rocks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 feet high. In fact, you could actually walk from the rocks to the roof of this house. That's how high this debris is. And it's not just this home. We're talking several homes along this street and also around the corner have been impacted with scenes just like this. And I talked to a homeowner yesterday about what it was like and what was going through his mind when he was awoken by a rumble of the mountain behind me coming down. Take a listen. What was going through your mind when you saw that?
You just freak out. It was like, oh my God! It was like it looked like a wave at the beach. It was just spilling. You couldn't see the K-rail. It was just this massive thing coming, and it was like you just, go protect my kid, grab my daughter, get her out. And she, again, what I told you earlier, by the time her feet hit the floor, it was coming into her room. So we, ran to the master, went out that back door, and the rest is history.
So Kate and Reynolds, the amazing story here is that with all this damage and debris, with all the homes that have been devastated, no one was seriously injured and no one was killed. The loss of life not being zero is just a shocking fact, kind of a miracle here. We're talking just a dozen days before Christmas. Guys?
Now, Paul, the gentleman you spoke to, the homeowner, Richard Agania, he seemed to be taking it in stride. I mean, all things considered, he was acting as though he's pretty fortunate. Do you think that sentiment is shared by other people in the neighborhood, or do you have some anger there? Or what's the mood?
Oh, it's a combination of gratitude for having their own lives, and not losing that. And yeah, there's some things that we all like to have, certain things, but there is some anger because they were told the night before that they're okay. They've been working on this hill for several months here, worried about this happening, and they're told you're okay. They went to bed thinking they were fine, and they were scared out of their life when they were awoken. We're talking 2:30 in the morning, and they can see that hill sliding down. They, again, running for their lives with seconds to spare. So there is some anger that they were not told to evacuate. If they were told, they certainly would have left. So a combination of gratitude for being alive and anger for having their life put in jeopardy unnecessarily. Kate?
Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, let's talk about what's going on as the storm moves east. We are going to watch this move out as it moves east, pick up some different elements. In fact, some moisture out of the Gulf is going to tap into the system. Not quite yet, though. We're not done with the rain in Phoenix, and that's moving north. And you'll notice that as we get into the higher elevations, we're still getting some snow at that. We're going to dive deep with the winter weather update coming up with Tom Nizzle in just a couple minutes. But let's talk about what happens as this moves east, because this is where we get a problem area. Look at this moisture flow that I was talking about right out of this Gulf of Mexico, adding to the warmth that you'll experience today. But by Sunday, you have the moisture at the lower levels. You have this major system in the upper levels. As this low develops a little closer to the surface, you could be seeing some serious thunderstorm activity here. In fact, we could be seeing severe thunderstorms from Kansas on down through Oklahoma and into North Texas. So that's going to be a concern for us. Today, the rain all stays out west. We're talking about Utah into portions of the Rockies and Colorado, and then you're going to move on down south. New Mexico, you're going to see some snow as well. Tomorrow, snow falls still across the Rockies, but look at this red here. This is where we're concerned about some damaging winds, potentially an isolated tornado as the system plunges on off toward the east. And in fact, by the time we get to Monday, you're going to see that rain all the way from Chicago down south through Houston, including all of these spots, and then some snow still back through Rapid City. So a major system that impacted the West Coast moving east. We're going to tell you more about what you can expect out of it next.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Your choice of these compressor combo kits, just $199.
Break the ice with breath-freshening, cooling crystals. Icebreakers.
From residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
Monday on the Weather Channel mornings, the worst storm in 6 years pounding the West Coast, bringing strong wind, rain, and snow. And that storm pushes east, bringing all that precipitation to the plains and eventually the south. We're going to track this storm through the weekend and into your early work week. Wake up with Al and AMHQ right here on the Weather Channel mornings, all starting at 5 a.m.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tomorrow night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tomorrow at 9 on the Weather Channel.
I've got one shot. Let's go Twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on 2 ready. When the game's on the line.
Hit him with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
How to fix plumber's butt. Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, carefully remove shirt. Step 3, put on a Duluth long-tail tee. Step 4, double-check your work. The Duluth long-tail tee, 3 inches longer to keep you covered. Get one, only at DuluthTrading.com.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Paul Goodlow, live in Camarillo, California, where just about 24 hours ago, the rocks I'm standing on were actually several hundred feet up this mountainside. But because of the heavy rain with a strong California system, they came sliding down. Now, take a look at some video we shot yesterday showing the magnitude of how big this system is, how deep these rocks are. This was shot literally right around the corner. And you can see that's a big, huge orange earth mover, an excavator actually having to dig out another excavator that was actually caught in this same slide. And again, back here, I'm talking typically the inside ceiling of a house is 8 to 10 feet tall. I'm at the roof line here. I can easily pop up here. That's how deep this rock slide is. Not just these 2 homes, by the way. We're talking about a dozen homes have been impacted like this and red tagged, meaning they are not suitable for habitation. Again, this is all not even 2 weeks before Christmas. Kate?
Man, Paul, a tough situation there. Although it should be noted that you're about 8, 9 feet tall. So for you to pop up on that roof is a little bit of a different story. All right, I'm trying to lighten the mood a little bit because we are going to lighten things up in Philly and DC. How about some good news for your morning? You're going to be topping out in the 40s today, but this is the key. You have sun in your forecast. Sun. It'll be your first sunny day since November 21st. November 21st. That was the last time that you saw the sun in both Philly and DC. The good news is today you're going to see plenty of it in DC, especially this afternoon, as those high temperatures top out in the upper 40s. You're going to be in the low 40s in Philly, and you are going to see a couple clouds there, but I think any bit of sunshine is welcome after you've spent so many days without it. Let's break down what the temperature looks like now. 36 in Philadelphia, DC, you're at 33, Boston 33 degrees, but these winds making things feel a little colder. In fact, 28 degrees is what it feels like in New York, 24 in Boston, 24 in Buffalo. That's the current wind chill. So clearly a little bit on the cool side for you, and take a look at what's going on. This low that has caused you so much trouble, it is out of here, and our high, that is our very best friend, is moving on in. We see high pressure, and we give it just a little hug there because that bubble of high pressure is going to keep you in the sunshine for the next few days. So we love it. Highs near average, mostly sunny skies. You can't beat that forecast. It is a good looking one. 39 degrees for your high today in New York. Albany 32. You know, it could be a little warmer, but at least it's seasonable. These are seasonable temperatures for you. They're not that far away from average. So some good news. 44 for you tomorrow in New York City, 42 in Boston with sunny skies, Reynolds.
You know, that high pressure is the nice warm couch pillow, you know, isn't it?
You just
gotta
want to
love
cozy
it.
up with it.
Exactly. Not this. Oh, hey, look at that. You got flights that are moving through early, no major issues for the time being. But you know what? At the Weather Channel, you can always depend on us to give you the very latest on what you can anticipate in terms of your travels. And right now, you can see nationwide, coast to coast, north to south, all across the fruited plain, no sign of any backups. That's the good news. They may come up though later on today, especially out towards the west, maybe places like, I would say Salt Lake City. You might have some headaches there, and perhaps even in Phoenix's Sky Harbor. But as it stands for now, hey, it's a royal flush. Everything looks good.
Okay, Reynolds, are you a window seat guy or an aisle seat guy?
Aisle seat guy every single time.
See, that means that you're a little claustrophobic and you like to be the boss of things. That's what it says about your personality. I'm a window seat girl, but it's because I am definitely a meteorologist. I like to face sucked to the window the whole time. But it means that I like my space too. All right.
There you go.
Well, the same storm system that rocked the West Coast now moving into the plains and bringing with it the chance for severe weather. We're tracking the timing of the storm coming up after local on the 8th.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Lowe's presents How to Sing a Duet.
Bells, bells, all the way.
Give the gift of portable power this season with InstaBoost. Now only $79 at Lowe's.
Check.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Our little leaf that helps guide you through the past. Simply type in a name, and you're taken on a journey. A journey that crosses generations and continents. All to tell the most amazing story. Yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Now, Walmart is your go-to place for all things Lego, all at unbeatable prices.
They've got Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets, Lego Friends, and this unbelievably cool Emmett's Constructo mech from the Lego movie.
Check out the Lego minifigure I just made, Action Anthony.
What's his superpower?
Being breathtakingly handsome. You don't know what pretty is. I know.
Save $25 when you open a Walmart credit card account and spend $75 today. Then get another $10 when you make another $75 purchase. Walmart.
Tomorrow night.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble
They call it Dead Man's Curve.
My heart is pounding right now.
It's all about the Washingtons. Look what your $2 gets you, baby. Loads of flavor and meat.
Get Checkers Primetime Steakhouse Double. 100% beef burgers, onions, mushrooms, and au jus mayo. Just $1.99. Checkers.
It's in the bag.
When you think of community, do you picture a place with a gate and a romantic name? Or do you see people and families that share a common connection? At City Furniture, we believe the best way to build a community is to be part of one. Find out more at cityfurniture.com.
Hello? Nothing for the bag man? Hey ladies, this dude's got flavor.
Checkers is coating grilled cheese in our famous fry seasoning to get grilled cheese strips. Melty inside, crispy outside. Checkers.
It's in the bag.
So buckle in and get Talk to God by me, Diamo Veras, at Amazon or iTunes. Peace.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, so this winter weather, it has been tearing apart some spots. And the storm moving in the west coast is definitely going to keep on going, and winter is the new word with it.
I know. You know, what's funny about this is it primarily rained event first, then we see it move inland, then gets to high elevation, switch over to snow, and now it could has the potential of being kind of a big mess for a lot of people. Let's send it over to our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, in the lab. He's got the latest. Tom?
Yeah, guys, we're actually going to see a rebirth of this storm east of the Rockies. Rebirth, it's going to be the genesis of a cyclone. The meteorological term, cyclogenesis. And I'm going to show you how that's going to take place. Right now, we've got this big spin in the atmosphere. This is the California storm that is moving eastward across the Four Corners region. There's enough cold air in this system that if you have any elevation, the precipitation will come down as snow. And if we take a look at where the winter storm watches and advisories are out right now, they pretty much mirror elevation across the southwest. So down across the McGeehan Rim and Flagstaff, the higher elevations down here near Cedar City going over toward Bryce Canyon and Zion, up across the Wasatch and all of the Rockies here from the Wyoming area right through Colorado into northern New Mexico. Now this system is going to continue to move eastward here going into the Sunday time frame, and as it does so, we'll get the genesis of this surface low pressure system just to the east of the Rockies. So there it is right there. And these Colorado lows will oftentimes track to the northeast, and as they do, they will actually pull in Gulf of Mexico moisture. Now that moisture is going to produce a lot of rain across the warm part of this system, but as it throws that moisture back into the cold air, that is where we're going to see the snowfall. So let's see how this is going to track. There is that surface low pressure system in the Sunday time frame. You can see the green here is precipitation, and you can see that plume working its way northward here. This is a cold air back across the cold side of the system, and that is where the snow is going to fall. That plume plume continues here going into the Monday morning time frame, that connection to the Gulf of Mexico. Likely going to see significant snows across parts of the plains here. Then as we get into Monday night and into Tuesday, you can see that the moisture field here is kind of broken off, and so we kind of lose that source in the Gulf of Mexico. There is still some moisture and some energy in the upper atmosphere that'll help squeeze out snowfall across this region, but it likely is not going to be as much. Putting it all together, this is the wintry weather on Sunday across the Rockies. We get into Sunday night, we get a big wintry mix here of rain and snow where it's not quite cold enough, but back into that cold air snowfall. And then into Monday, take a look right there, and a lot more snow across a good portion of the upper Midwest here. If we put it all together, here is the forecast for snowfall across the Rockies. Ski areas are going to be really happy. That is through Sunday. And then going into Monday and Tuesday, like I said, more snow for the plains. So stay tuned. This is the rebirth of that West Coast system. I'll send it back to you.
Ooh, and along with that, Tom, as it moves off toward the east, we're going to see potential for some severe weather. You're taking a live look at Dallas, Texas. Now the Metroplex here, you could be seeing some of those stronger storms, not today, but tomorrow. Today, pretty nice temperature wise. Let's talk about the severe threat, because this is just one spot that we could see that. And it's really because of the system as it plows off toward the east is going to encounter quite a lot of moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. So there that is. Look at how amplified this is. The jet just dipping way south. And then we've got all of this moisture just surging in out of the south. And as it gets out ahead of the cold front, that's where we're going to be watching for the risk of severe thunderstorms. Our biggest concern here going to be the potential for some damaging winds, an isolated tornado, and some spotty hail. Not out of the question with this, but certainly those damaging winds going to be a concern for us. And it goes right along the I-35 corridor. We're going to be traveling from Kansas all the way down south through Oklahoma and into north central Texas. So there's a look at the dew points. I want to show you the browns here. That's where it's a lot drier. Watch as they creep in on this much more moist air. You can kind of see the flow. Look at the winds here. See our wind flow? That's around that low that develops at the surface, and that's going to be a big concern for us because that's where we watch for the development of that line of storm. So watch it, and we just watched the dew points. Now watch the timing of this on our simulated radar here. You'll notice that this starts around Amarillo tomorrow morning. Getting into the afternoon hours, we start to see it roar through Wichita, through Oklahoma City, the DFW Metroplex for dinner time, and then it starts to move north Texarkana, closer to Little Rock through the overnight hours, and portions of southern Missouri, Springfield, also going to be a spot that you see through the overnight hours. So we're concerned with that. That's an overnight threat. But during the day on Sunday, this is where we're going to be watching. Wichita, Abilene, Dallas. You could see some spotty hail, some damaging winds, and an isolated tornado. Reynolds.
All right, my friend, thanks so much. Well, that monster storm on the West Coast is still dumping heavy rain in parts of California, causing mudslides, flooding roadways. There are even reports, get this, of a tornado in South Los Angeles. You see the damage right there. We're going to take a look now at some of the weekend events on the other side of the break. We're going to see you. Sit tight, folks. Grab some coffee. Snuggle up. It's a good morning.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither water, nor scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal. Live life in the clear.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Yep.
Baby?
For me? She'll love it. Thanks. Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Lowe's presents How to Sing a Duet.
Bells, bells, all the way. Give the gift of portable power this season with InstaBoost. Now only $79 at Lowe's.
Give the gift of confidence this holiday season. For 4 days only at Men's Warehouse, get 100% cashmere sweaters for $89.99, non-iron dress shirts for $34.99, plus buy one tie, get two free. Confidence sold here, only at Men's Warehouse.
It's Ram commercial truck season. And if you want to build something ahead of its time, you'll need trucks that are ahead of the rest. Trucks with the best fuel economy, 28 mpg highway, the best towing, 30,000 pounds, best torque, 865 pound-feet, and the best payload, over 4,400 pounds. The complete lineup of Ram commercial vehicles is ready to help you start building tomorrow. Get a great deal during Ram commercial truck season.
For most people, earning cash back ends here at the purchase. But there's a new card in town. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back when you buy and again as you pay. That's cash back twice. It's cash back with a side of cash back. The Citi Double Cash Card. The only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
Say hello to the new weather.com. A beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new weather.com. The final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 55 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday, the Titans of weather bring the rain. Geek Out, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
All of a sudden, it just came in heavy.
I've never seen anything like this.
One storm,
Right.
so many manifestations, so many ways it affected millions of people, and millions of stories too out there. That was a look at the monster storm that swamped the West Coast, from Washington, where you had homes that were actually swept into the ocean, to Oregon, where the storms are blamed for 2 deaths.
Yeah, but it was California actually going a little farther down the coast that really saw the brunt of this storm, and especially over the last 24 hours, it has been crazy.
It really has, and that's probably the best way to describe this. In South Los Angeles, the National Weather Service is confirming an EF0 tornado struck there yesterday. Kate, you know how rare that is. You had winds anywhere from 65 to 85 miles per hour. You had damage to apartment complex roofs, several homes. Tornado even sent a tree crashing into one home.
I heard a big old boom, and you just heard something like a whistle, big old hard whistle. Woo, woo. And my son runs out and he tells everybody, hit the floor. He said, this is the end. She's screaming, get in, get in, get in. It was really, really scary.
Terrifying, but clearly these women have a pretty good attitude. Thankful for their lives after those trees came crashing into their home. Tornado uprooted several other trees, as you can see. Blew out windows in multiple homes. Thankfully, no one injured here, but obviously thankful for their lives. They did do what they needed to do. They took cover in the best way that they knew possible, and that's all you can do in a situation like that.
Kate, you were so right on every single one of those. That's so true. You know, one place that was hit really hard was Camarillo Springs. It's about an hour drive from Los Angeles, and the big issue there, you had the mudslides from the heavy rain completely engulfing, swamping so many of these homes, including the ones you see right there, Kate.
Yeah, 10 homes suffered serious damage. Now, county officials will be out there this morning to continue survey the damage, and we actually have our Paul Goodlow out there all this morning as well. Now, you and Paul have a lot of experience in California. Yep. You know the burn-scarred areas, and you know that whenever you get rain in those areas, this is what can happen.
Absolutely. You know, thankfully, Paul, you were there to speak to some of the homeowners. How are things not only looking, but how is the mood of the neighborhood?
Well, it's kind of a combination mood, Reynolds. First, just gratitude and really disbelief that no one was seriously injured or killed because of this. Look at this, the scene around me. We're talking debris and mud and rock everywhere we can see. In fact, I'm going to walk up here to show you how deep this is. At the same time, take a look at some of the video that we shot inside of a house from around the corner. We shot this yesterday, and you can see inside there's nothing but maybe 1.5 to 2 feet of solid mud. And out here on the outside, you can see, again, this debris goes all the way up, if not even above, the roof line of this house. We're talking easily 8, 9, 10 feet high, huge pile of mud, rocks, and debris. And you take a look at this. It's not just this home. We're talking nearly a dozen homes here looking just like this, and the inside looking just like what you're seeing. It's amazing that no one was injured or killed. In fact, I talked to one homeowner yesterday. He kind of really put his feelings in perspective on the heels of this disaster.
You know, bottom line is furniture, I don't care. You can buy a new couch. There's a few things left in there that are important to me. I'd like to get some more work shirts and some more work pants, but I can go to work tomorrow and the next day. I got 2 really nice dirt bikes in the front that are probably with a hose. They may be okay. There's a lot of stuff that I think with a hose will clean up. But there's things that are just lost. I mean, there's, you know, family pictures of people that are long past. You never get that stuff back.
So the question is now of recovery. I was talking to some homeowners, and they're not even sure whether their insurance will cover this, because insurance companies might say, hey, this is flooding. You don't have flood insurance, but I wouldn't call this flooding. This is earth. This is rock. This is debris. This is not liquid, although about 24 hours ago, it was moving down the hill like it was liquid. Guys?
You know, Paul, earlier whenever we were speaking, we heard about the K-rails, which I can see up behind you. They look like concrete blocks and barriers. I can see those behind you now. Now, those were put in place to prevent something like this from happening. Do you think that they stood any kind of chance from stopping this?
Not a chance. I mean, I was shocked when they were telling me, the officials were saying, oh, you guys are fine. It's going to be okay. Go ahead and go to bed. They were doing work up here the last couple of weeks trying to prevent something like this. But when the sun comes up, we're about an hour and a half away from that, we'll show you how steep this mountain is. And we can even see where some of the debris started falling with that heavy rain. There was no way that hill stood a chance by just some of these small little concrete barriers. No, this was a disaster waiting to happen, in my opinion, and people were really lucky that no injuries or deaths occurred because of this huge disaster behind me. Guys?
Thank you so much, Paul. Yes, we're obviously very glad about that. All right, let's go over to Reynolds.
All right, Kate, my goodness, what a story. And you know, the amazing stories continue a little bit farther out towards the east, like this in the Grand Canyon, where you had not snow, but rare fog. How about that? In the Grand Canyon, it is a rare sight, in case you were wondering. The National Weather Service says this happens about once every several years. And as the fog slowly begins to rise, it's pretty interesting because there's a bit of an inversion of a layer of warm air that's right on top of it, almost keeping it at bay, keeping it there, almost like a lid on top of a pot. Very interesting. Well, you know, there's really no putting a lid on the moisture that we've had out towards the west. And what's interesting is it's going to grow some legs and march its way towards the east. And when it does, it's going to create all kinds of headaches for so many people. Millions of Americans are going to deal with the scattered showers and even the snowflakes. Snow, great for some people. Skiers, snowboarders, snowmobilers. We're talking about you. Certainly good news for the ski industry. But if your industry just involves traveling around the country, yep, this is going to be one of the times you might have some headaches, especially as we get into Sunday and Monday. Notice what's taking place. We've got that low. It's going to march its way from the Four Corners. It's going to edge its way towards the foothills of the Front Range. And when that happens, it's going to tap into the moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing to stop it. And when it interacts with the colder air that's sliding in from the north, you have the overrunning moisture, and boom, you've got the snow showers. That's today's feature. As we get to the evening hour, we're going to see the snow and the rain drive its way a bit towards the east from the Sangre de Cristo Mountains and the Central Rockies. And then we've got tomorrow. Look at this. A chance of severe storms for the Central, Southern Plains, Dallas, Fort Worth. We're talking about you, maybe into Austin, but I'm telling you, I think much of it's going to be farther to the north and certainly some snow farther back out to the west. As you wrap it up into Monday, take a look. The system drives its way into parts of the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, even into the northern plains. Kate?
All right, let's take a live look at Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. Nice and warm for you today, but this morning you're starting out with fog. So a lot of the students out there, they have a great atmospheric science department, great meteorology program there at Creighton. They are going to be enjoying these nice temperatures. Now, where's winter? In the Midwest, you may be asking. That was in Nebraska. And here's what we've got going on. Beautiful, beautiful conditions here. This is in Daytona Beach, Florida, but look at this. 43 degrees right now. 43 degrees in Daytona Beach. Let's look at some other temperatures. Omaha, Nebraska, 48 degrees. So obviously we have a big temperature differential here. Tampa, you're at 46 degrees. You're actually colder than Casper, Wyoming this morning. Casper, Wyoming is warmer than Atlanta, Georgia by 10 degrees. So where's winter in the middle part of the country? That's what you might be asking. 25 degrees above average today in Rapid City. The thing is, tonight's lows are going to drop down, and you do get that cold air start to move back in, but you're still way above average by 20 to 30 degrees. 20 to 30 degrees above average. Tomorrow's still pretty warm, but it does change as we get later into the week and we get that low plunging a little farther to the east. We're going to see the highs and the lows still staying pretty high above average. You really can't beat it. In fact, Omaha, here's a look at your average high, 35 degrees. By Monday, you're still 10 degrees above that. We're going to be talking about the winter update next.
Currently in our area, 58 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Morning, everybody. We're about to make more deliveries to more places than anybody on earth. We have the speed, we have the technology, and we have the team. We made over 15 billion successful deliveries last year. 15 billion. Football has a season. Baseball has a season. This is our season.
'Tis the season for our new holiday stamps.
Check out all these airline seats. Lots of them, right? But when you try to get one by using your travel rewards card miles, those seats mysteriously vanish. Why? All the flights you want are blacked out, or they hit you up for some outrageous number of miles. Switch to the Venture card from Capital One. With Venture, use your miles on any airline, any flight, anytime. No blackout dates. And with every purchase, you'll earn unlimited double miles. Now we're getting somewhere. What's in your wallet?
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Today, Melissa and I will be exchanging gifts.
A Samsung Galaxy S5.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's on Verizon's super fast 4G LTE network, so we can upload and share photos and videos at amazing speed.
Hey, what are you doing?
I just posted a pic. Tagged. No? Like.
Sign up at Walmart and receive a $75 Verizon bill credit with your purchase of a Samsung Galaxy S5 or any other smartphone. Walmart.
Did you get the chips for the party?
Nope.
Cheese plate?
Cheese plate. No, I made something better.
You use the oven?
Boom.
Pillsbury Crescents. Make the holidays pop.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keeffe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Ever since Daryl's wife started using Gain Flings, their laundry smells more amazing than ever.
Honey, isn't that the dog's towel?
Hey, me towel, Sue towel. More scent plus Oxy Boost and Febreze. It's our best gain ever.
Covaquin's number 5, The Sleepless Night. Sorry. Robitussin DMX Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel. Moving made easy. Flannel made fetching. Get it. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
It doesn't matter where you happen to stand as long as we're here and as long as our great viewers are here too. And we got them to talk with us today. Hey, folks, in today's Weather and Play, check out these pictures from Holiday Valley Resort. This is in Ellicottville, New York. It's about 45 miles or so, just southeast of Buffalo. This area received 13 inches of fresh powder from Winter Storm Damon, which made it a perfect weekend to hit the slopes. Nice.
How about some ski forecasts?
Do we have those?
Do you want some of those? Oh, Holiday Valley, New York. Oh.
Nice.
Cloudy, which is actually great for skiing.
You don't want the glare.
The albedo is so high that sun reflecting off the white snow, no bueno.
Absolutely, yeah. Albedo is unbelievable with a little bit of rice and some spice on it. It's
delicious.
Unbelievable.
Delicious dish.
Yeah.
Just love it. All right, well, an epic film takes over theaters this weekend and includes some extreme weather of all kinds. We're talking about Exodus, Gods and Kings. It's the incredible story of how Moses led the Hebrew slaves out of Egypt.
Absolutely. And we've got Oscar-winning actor Christian Bale. He plays Moses. He sat down with our Jim Cantore to talk about how weather played a huge role in this story.
So you got to play the part of Moses, and weather was obviously a huge part of that. What did it feel like to do all that weather?
To do all that weather?
Yes.
Well, you're sort of in the weather, aren't you? You know, and it's God's natural weapon.
Ready yourselves!
It's something that he uses again and again throughout the film to display his power.
God. I've stood on beaches and gotten sandblasted in hurricanes and tropical storms.
Considerable beach erosion. Relentless.
What does that feel like?
Well, we were always in a situation where, to me, you get this sort of, I always get this slight recklessness when I'm making a film, as though, well, because I'm making a film, I can't really get hurt, can I? I always just think it's a lot of fun, you know, whether you're sort of sliding down a mountain or falling off a horse or whatever it is that you're doing. I always think it's a film, it's not real. So if it's not real, I can't really hurt myself either. So I enjoy it immensely.
Once you finally got to see the scene of the parting of the Red Sea, you essentially were in the middle of a storm chaser's dream. I mean, you had everything. Tornadoes, huge waves.
There's a sea ahead and an army behind!
What was that like?
It was fantastic. I mean, when we're filming it, we got these incredible locations and we're charging down the beach at each other on these horses, and it's just fantastically fun. But then seeing the final result just blew my mind because it just looks so spectacular. But also I'm quite obsessed with tsunamis and tidal waves, and you know, I've been to see many a film just because it's got a tidal wave in it. I don't care about the rest of the film at all, and this is by far the best that I've ever seen, so I had goosebumps.
How fascinating to you is the correlation between religion and science?
Oh, endlessly fascinating. It's really an obsession of mine, you know, the attempt to understand our surroundings, the attempt to understand our lives and why we're here and what's happening and what will happen, and to me, it's all connected.
Incredible. I love Jim Cantore there talking to Christian Bale. They both are having their beards there.
Beard time.
Yeah,
Beard time.
it's beard time between two great men.
Yeah.
So pretty cool there. How about a great woman?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's mix it up a little bit. We're talking about world-renowned animal environmental expert Jane Goodall. She recently spoke to Dr. Marshall Shepard, host of Weather Geeks here on the Weather Channel.
Yeah, and during her work with chimpanzees, Goodall has seen the effects of climate change firsthand. She tells us that she's still hopeful for the future, but we must take action.
Change the way we live. Just for a simple, ordinary person. Think about the consequences of the small choices you make each day.
Yes.
I know my reasons for hope, the resilience of nature,
Yes.
nature coming back given a chance,
Yes.
animal species rescued, the human brain, all the amazing technology that will help us live in greater harmony if we use it.
That's correct.
And then in our own individual lives. And finally, the indomitable human spirit.
That is
the people
correct.
who tackle the impossible and won't give up.
Wow. Nice sweater. Really cool sweater. You know, and also she had the inspiring message, and you can hear from Jane Goodall. She's going to be on this Sunday at noon on Weather Geeks.
And if you look at that picture there, right in the middle, that's Reynolds.
Yes.
In the little stuffed animal, that monkey,
Yes.
it's actually Reynolds.
That's me. That's
he
right,
made
guys.
it right in there.
All right, no monkeying around with this. We got rough weather to talk about. The potential seeing some storms across the plains and more snow in the picture too.
Yeah, surprising considering it's in the 60s today.
Weather in Play brought to you by Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless,
You were out of control.
but not always.
You do a lot to keep your family safe at home. So make sure they're safer on the road. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing. This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 58 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. Danger. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Call 1-800-FARMERS and see how much you could save.
Lowe's presents How to Sing a Duet.
Bells, bells, all the way
Give the gift of portable power this season with InstaBoost. Now only $79 at Lowe's.
She's still the one for you. And Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment is right. Cialis is also the only daily ED tablet approved to treat symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it.
Awesome is watching hit movies like Divergent here. And the biggest hit shows here.
My head's caught.
Or even here. Anywhere you want, anytime you want. This is awesome. This is HBO on Xfinity. Get your favorite series and movies with HBO. Plus, upgrade to digital preferred TV and get over 80 additional channels. Upgrade now for $14.99 more a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
I'm Roy Rippak, Market Vice President for Walgreens in South Florida. Walgreens has a long-standing tradition of community involvement. We have established a network of partnerships with local community organizations. And from fundraising walks to toy drives to preventative health measures, Walgreens is committed to the well-being of South Florida. These partnerships are what allow us to put unity in community. So come visit Walgreens today at the corner of Happy and Healthy.
Yes. Call 1-800-715-9495. Call now.
Tomorrow night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tomorrow at 9 on the Weather Channel.
A monster storm that's battered California the last week is now on the outs, but drenching the state in its wake. Some parts of Southern California in the midst of a significant drought got up to 5 inches.
That is amazing.
And over 5 inches of rain.
Yeah, and for that, we're talking live with Joaquin Content. He's with the California Farmers Union. Joaquin, thanks so much. I know it's been certainly a busy time for you, busy season too, and there are a lot of wells that have run out of water. How does this rain help, and what exactly is being done to store all this precipitation?
Good morning. Here in the valley, we don't necessarily have a lot of capacity to capture much of this water as far as lakes or anything like that. We do have some basins that we use to percolate water back down into the underground, which is quite vital for us. However, this rain that came through only provided about 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches in this area, so it's probably not enough to do much in the amount of storing any water for the future. But it's a huge blessing compared to the area that I'm in. Only receives less than 10 inches of rainfall a year. And the last 3 storms together, we've gotten almost a third of that already.
Wow. So in the middle of a drought, what we're talking about, you guys are struggling. I know that you're working really hard to keep prices low, but how does this drought and getting some rain, is this going to affect prices and make them better in the grocery store for folks?
Well, the effect on prices is there's somewhat of a long-term effect. You have to produce a lot less product in order for those prices to go up significantly. So far, farmers are pretty resilient. They've been able to either drill more wells or try to be as efficient as possible with drip systems and so on to minimize the amount of water that they use. So far, the production hasn't been significantly affected, although there's been quite a bit of ground that's been set aside. So there are going to be some crops that have been minimized, but so far overall it hasn't been minimized too much.
All right.
Unbelievable. Joaquin Content, thanks so much for your time. Something about the California farmers. These guys make up about 3 to 5% of the population of the state, yet these guys can feed the planet. They're amazing farmers.
Yes, we get so much from California. So we want to go ahead and see what's going on next. What's down the pipeline for California? We have to check in with Tom Nizzle for your winter weather update.
Good morning, guys. Yes, there is more down the pipeline, and you know, there were a lot of negative aspects of too much rain just too fast into California, but there were positive sides as well. You saw that in the interview. Let's take a look at the snowpack, the natural reservoir for the drinking water and the irrigation for a good part of California in the Sierra. Now, back on the 11th, you take a look at the snowpack here. It was running about 23 to 41% of normal in the 3 sections of the Sierra, statewide average at 32%. After this event now, the Sierra picked up enough snowfall to see that snow water equivalent in the snowpack actually grow statewide here from 32 to 40%. So, hey, it's a start, everyone, and we've got more snow on the way. Let's take a quick look here at this next system spinning out in the Pacific. This system is going to move toward California, and I'm going to show you our computer model here. This shows the energy in the upper portion of the atmosphere that'll generate the lift that will actually create the precipitation across California, moving into the state as we get into that Sunday to Monday time frame, and as it does so, it's going to light up that area for more rain and snow across the Sierra. This is not an exceptionally cold system. It's coming in right off the Pacific, so your temperature is going to be relatively mild here Monday with snow levels up around 6,000 feet. That's just below the pass level of 7,200 feet on that I-80 corridor going through Donner Pass. As we get into Tuesday, the snow levels will drop somewhat as the colder air works its way in. Still temperatures running in the mid-30s here, but we are going to see additional snow across the area. That snow will begin to pick up across the northern portion of the Sierra in that Monday time frame, and then as we get into Monday night to Tuesday, it really lights up the entire range here and produces several inches of snow across the area. If you take a look here, as much as 12 to 18 back across the Klamath, and then going along the northern portion of Sierra, another foot of snow. And the pattern looks like it'll continue, guys, as we go into the next week or two. That's good news for that area.
All right, Tom, thanks so much. Well, folks, it's time for us to go, but you're still in great hands. You got Bonnie Schneider and Alex Wallace. They're coming up in just a few moments.
Yeah, they're going to be taking an in-depth look along with Paul Goodloe in Camarillo Springs, California.
Folks, enjoy your weekend.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
In California, a rare tornado hit South Los Angeles, spawned by the strongest storm to hit the state in 6 years.
It's scary. I want to go back to my house in my little car and my Christmas tree.
Imagine losing your home and everything else you own less than 2 weeks away from Christmas Day. What would you do? Our Paul Goodloe's live with the heartbreaking storm stories of people whose lives have been torn apart.
And it's not over yet. The California storm's headed east this weekend with a witch's brew of dangerous weather, including severe storms and maybe even some tornadoes. Right here, right now on Weather Center Live. Well, welcome to Weather
Weather Center live on this busy Saturday morning. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Bonnie Schneider. The West Coast is reeling this morning from a chaotic week of deadly apocalyptic weather.
Yeah, at least 3 deaths being blamed on the worst storm to hit California since 2008. And you can see how fast the water was really moving here. I tell you, as this Los Angeles Fire Department diver jumped here to rescue a man swept away here in the swollen Los Angeles River, a second person was also saved.
That's incredible. Well, golfers at the famous Pebble Beach Golf Resort ran for their lives when a thunderstorm unleashed vicious winds. Gusts were clocked at 45 miles per hour. The winds knocked down an iconic cypress tree, and that was on the 18th fairway.
Yeah, and then high winds also ripped down power lines in California, Oregon, and Washington State. Now, this morning, 3,000 customers are without power in California, but that is down significantly from yesterday. Some mind-boggling wind gusts there in the higher elevations, including 147 miles per hour there at Mount Lincoln near Truckee, California.
Incredible. Well, mudslides also a huge concern, including this one that's left people homeless in Camarillo Springs, California. At least 16 homes are red tagged. You can see that there by firefighters, meaning they're unsafe to live in. The slide was triggered by 1.8 inches of rainfall.
And that is where our very own Paul Goodloe joins us live. And Paul, I tell you, you're sitting on top of it. The destruction just unreal.
It is unreal, Alex. In fact, I'm actually standing between 2 of at least about close to a dozen homes that have been red tagged. Now let's talk about this debris, because it happened almost 24 hours ago, where all this debris, the rock, the mud, all that was well up, hundreds of feet up in the hills here. And now let me show you how deep this is. Again, we're talking, this debris pile is up to the roof. In fact, I could, if I wanted to, walk from this debris pile on top of this roof here. Again, this is just one of about a dozen homes that have this. It's an incredible scene here, and it all started back in May of 2013 when we had a wildfire in the hills here. Again, we're about an hour before sunrise here on the West Coast, so stay with us. You'll actually see how tall this mountain is. They had the wildfire here, and then that changes the consistency of the soil. When you have heavy rain, like we had just about 24 hours ago, you can see all that hillside just start running down the hill and devastate these homes. I talked to a homeowner yesterday, and he was saying he had literally seconds to get him and his daughter up and out of the house. They had bare feet on, had their pajamas on, and they escaped to safety. And I talked to him about how his daughter is doing after such a horrifying experience.
How's your daughter doing?
She's doing good. She's at the mall. Rebuying Christmas presents.
Yeah. She bounced back pretty quick.
Yeah, well, you know what? We saved her iPhone and her iPad because that was what she grabbed. Rather than even grabbing shoes, you know, a 21-year-old, what's important to her? That's what she grabbed, and we went out the door with that, and she's content because she could sit in the community center playing with the iPad, texting friends, you know.
And the great news is that no one was seriously injured or killed. Amazing when you see how deep this debris is here. And again, a lot of people now spending the holidays in either hotels or shelters or perhaps even friends and family's houses. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Paul. Unbelievable there. Paul's a tall guy, but I promise you his head shouldn't be that close to the roof. Unreal. All right, let's talk about this California storm as it begins to track its way a little bit farther on off towards the east. We're seeing some showers right now. Parts of Arizona moving now out of the Phoenix area, sliding up around Flagstaff. You get there, you may run into a little bit of snow and more snow showers northbound up into Utah and sliding your way up across sections of western Montana around Missoula, finding a bit of snow for you. So here's the system. It's going to continue to slide on through the Intermountain West as we head on through the rest of our weekend. That's going to mean some unsettled conditions for us today. Anywhere in the green is the red, the pink's a bit of a mixture of the rain and snow, and the blue, you get into the higher terrain of the Rockies, you'll find a bit of, well, some snow. How much? Well, this goes through Sunday, and there could be some pockets here where we could see 8 to 12 inches of snow here, again, across sections of the Rockies. Even Denver gets into some of the snow. We'll see that start to slide on in as we head on into tomorrow. But Salt Lake City for you, generally going to be showers, liquid showers, and those temperatures will be in the 40s. Generally for the late morning and through that early evening time frame, having to duck and dodge some of those showers. And in Park City for you, cold enough that we'll see snowflakes as we work our way through the day. Bonnie?
Thanks, Alex. And certainly we're watching how things will pick up on Sunday because this same storm system is likely to trigger, believe it or not, severe weather in parts of the Plain States and into the Midwest. Moisture flowing to the north, so we have that warm southerly flow coming into Texas. Plenty of moisture available as low pressure works its way in. The same storm system that hit California tomorrow will likely impact cities like Oklahoma City and into Dallas, where we could see strong thunderstorms. And then behind it, certainly we have cold and snow. Big changes ahead certainly for Denver from today to tomorrow. But speaking of Sunday, here's where we have severe weather in the forecast. Parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and even Wichita, Kansas could see some strong storms. What about the Torcon? It's at number 3 out of 10 in northern Texas and parts of Oklahoma. Possibly we could run the risk of tornadoes with damaging winds and even large hail in this region. That's something to keep very close watch on for Sunday. For Dallas, though, today you're fine. Tonight, no problem. It's tomorrow in the afternoon we do run the risk of those thunderstorms. So mild temperatures in Texas. You're probably wondering, where's winter? We'll tell you when we come back.
The holidays go high-tech with Holidays in Space at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Join us for an out-of-this-world take on the sights and sounds of the holiday season now through January 4th. Visit tourksc.com for details.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, the fenoconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
What do astronauts eat?
Have lunch with one and find out. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Meet real astronauts, see Space Shuttle Atlantis, and experience firsthand the future of America's space exploration.
Whoa. Tomorrow night.
Buried treasure, here we come.
There's new miners on the mountain.
We're about to be digging on top of the world.
But will their big gamble,
they call it Dead Man's Curve,
my heart is pounding right now,
be a huge bust?
This is an extreme situation.
Prospectors, new episode tomorrow night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, plentiful sunshine. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Where we go is who we are. And fuels from Exxon and Mobil help your engine run smoother, cleaner, and with better fuel economy. We are energy, and energy lives here.
The clock is ticking, so let's grab the list and go to town. You don't need a lot of this to make someone feel like that, especially if you give them one of these. Holiday to-dos? Let's get them done today at the one place that can help us bring it all home. That's How to Holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, save $50 on this Husky Mechanics tool set. Guaranteed forever.
All right, we got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on 2 ready.
When the game's on the line,
Hit them with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
the NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Well, 10 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. So who's colder this morning, Atlanta or Minneapolis? Well, it's a bit of a trick question. It's actually, well, Minneapolis. So yeah, you thought we were going to say Atlanta, right? But it's only by a degree. Atlanta sitting at 41 degrees. Minneapolis, you can barely see there, socked in with some fog, sitting at 40 at this hour. It's what, almost late December, and they're that close? Pretty crazy, Bonnie, right?
It is. It does feel cold here, so I'm not really that surprised. But, you know, things will be changing gradually. But, of course, we're all wondering, where is winter? So we're going to take a look at that now and show you that from the plains to the Midwest, we're definitely seeing some changes in the weather and in the forecast. Let's take a look. In fact, you can see low pressure. That's from that California system working its way to the east. In advance of it, we have a lot of warm air ahead of the storm. Very warm. It's super mild in the northern plains, so enjoy that while it lasts. Let's take a look. Temperatures are 15 to 25 degrees above average for today in places like Bismarck and Omaha. Really feeling nice, a little bit of a great break for your Christmas shopping. And then for the rest of the day today, as you head further to the east, it's still above normal in Kansas City as well as Oklahoma City and Amarillo. We're actually setting up, unfortunately, for the threat of severe weather in that part of the country. But breaking it down, looking at Atlanta and Minneapolis, here's what we can expect for Sunday. We are looking at those changes as we take a look at the average low, 37 degrees, and Sunday morning right at 35. What about for Minneapolis? Well, those changes exist. Average low 12 and the temperature 39 degrees. So what a change depending on where you live. You're getting unseasonably cold or unseasonably mild weather. The reason it's so unseasonably cool in Atlanta is we have the high pressure in place, clear skies overnight. That's radiational cooling. It allows all that cold air to just settle on in. So when you wake up in the morning, you have those brisk morning temperatures, especially if you're out walking the dog or running, you will feel the difference. By contrast, as you head further to the east, rather to the west, you can see how mild it'll be tomorrow in Chicago. Remember how we were talking about last week, how cold it was into Milwaukee and Chicago? Now we're looking at temperatures right at 50 degrees, so it is looking good. In St. Louis also at 61. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Bonnie. And as we work our way a little bit farther on off towards the east, of course, the issues here have been, well, flooding from what was our winter storm Damon. Really packed a punch. Heavy rain, snow pounded even parts of the Boston area, causing a lot of problems for some of those drivers. They picked up about 3.2 inches over 3 days. On Tuesday, they broke a record for daily rainfall, picking up 2.9 inches. It was their fourth wettest December day on record. Now we turn to things at the present moment, and it's a much more serene scene for Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. We got some clouds out there, but it is dry out there for you at this time, and we should actually turn out to enjoy a pretty decent weekend. Nice conditions expected out there for us. A little coolish, but at least it will be dry. All right, let's focus in on what's going to be happening out there for you. And of course, the question for us here in some of these cities, Philly and DC, is where's the sun been? It's been a while since we've seen just a full, sunny, bright, clear blue sky sort of day. In fact, in Philadelphia, not since November 21st. The same for you in D.C. And you can see what we find for today in Philly. There'll still be some clouds around D.C. A better shot at dealing with those totally clear skies. All right, so here we are right now, mid to upper 30s up and down the East Coast. A little bit chillier as you head towards the Buffalo area. That's where you're sitting at 31 degrees. Factor in a little bit of wind. It makes it feel 10 degrees colder in Buffalo, 21 degrees. That's a wind chill for you at this time. So we're getting rid of our upper low. That's going to continue to slide further and further away, getting replaced now by the big blue H. High pressure standing for some happy weather here for our weekend. High temperatures will be near average and mostly sunny conditions is what we can anticipate out there for you. Today, looking at it up and down the East Coast, bit more cloud cover back to the west. Bonnie?
Thanks, Alex. A rare tornado shook homes and ripped off rooftops in South Los Angeles. We're going to show you what people in California are dealing with this morning after that deadly storm. Stay with us here on Weather Center Live.
It's the time of year for making lists and checking them twice. This year, we've been at the top of more award lists than any other car company. During the Chevy year-end event, we hope to be put on yours.
Now, during the Chevy year-end event, get the best offer of the year on this 2015 Chevy Malibu.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you.
We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
The bed reacts to your body.
The zip's off so I can wash it. Yes, please. It's really cool to the touch.
There's no better gift than your best night's sleep. Visit your local retailer and feel the Tempur-Pedic difference for yourself.
Say hello to the new weather.com. A beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand.
That's it. Good job. You got him next time, buddy. Eye on the ball. Good try, son. Hey.
Is that your son?
Yeah.
Mine's the goalie.
That's a dryer.
A natural gas dryer.
Go! Walk it off. Just walk it off, son.
Families everywhere are feeling the love for their natural gas dryers. Find out why at naturalgaslove.com.
My husband worked at a power plant where the asbestos fell like snow.
My dad got mesothelioma from asbestos.
Oh, the diagnosis was devastating.
We chose Cooney and Conway because they're highly experienced in this area.
They were more than lawyers. They were human beings.
There was no money up front.
It showed my sons that there is justice in the world.
Call 1-800-322-5573. Cooney and Conway. Justice with a passion.
Must call right now.
To order your Lipozene, call 1-800-997-4948. That's 1-800-997-4948.
Tomorrow night.
Get down now!
Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tomorrow at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 57 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, generally sunny. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We survived, and that's what's important. And my neighbors survived. I could hear my neighbors next house down yelling and help, They were stuck in the back, and the mud was rising. Firemen came and got them out. A couple doors down, the firemen got people out. They were able to get, so.
I don't know.
It's all good.
Amazing stories of survival here in Camarillo Springs, California, where just more than 24 hours ago, some of this mud and debris, well, it was hundreds of feet up in this mountain here, but because of a wildfire back in May of 2013 and the heavy rain we had just 24 hours ago, all this now is devastating a lot of homes. That was one of the homeowners, but our own Dave Malkoff also talked to a homeowner whose home is also buried now by mud and debris.
The sprinklers won't turn off in this neighborhood.
The valves are underneath all that rock.
In an instant, at 2 a.m., thousands of boulders covered Dan Knisely's home.
This is the master bedroom. That's the living room.
This is your bedroom here?
Yes.
Dan and his wife Joan are among the 10 homeowners who lost everything in the rock slide.
It was all because of the fire in May of last year.
The Springs fire caused this. It tore through the hillside. Then the rains came and the mountain came apart. With this much rain, it was all but inevitable. That's why Dan and his wife left, stayed in a hotel.
Oh, my wife is handicapped. She's sitting in our car up the road in a wheelchair. In fact, that's probably her on the phone wondering what's going on. Dear, I'm not going to be able to get in. I'll explain to you when I get back there.
Now remember, these rocks came rolling down the hill after midnight. It was pitch black out here, and it happened pretty fast. And look how many rocks. Look at the enormity of the damage back here. This is no mudslide. Geologists would rather call this a rock avalanche.
It covered a number of houses in the back.
City manager Bruce Fang has a plan, possibly to stop the next rock avalanche. A rock this big and all of these coming down, what would stop it?
Well, we've got to either come up with a debris basin, which is a hole in the ground to stop it, so those will settle into the debris basin.
Yeah.
Or we have to come up with something that's physically strong enough.
He's talking about building a concrete or steel wall that would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right now, people like Dan and his wife are stuck with no home, no medicine, and 4 days worth of clothes.
It's horrible. It's horrible because there's so many more things that I could have taken out that I didn't.
Their voluntary evacuation cost them things, but it saved their lives.
Because if she was here alone, she wouldn't have been able to get out.
Again, we're 12 days before Christmas, and about 12 families will not be spending the holidays in their homes. Again, behind me, we're about 20 minutes from sunrise, and stay with us because we're going to talk more about what this hill looks like and how the wildfire and the rain and just the topography, how steep this is, kind of led to this disaster that I'm standing on top of. In fact, we're going to talk to somebody from the Ventura Fire Department who actually was out here about, say, 25, 26 hours ago, going door to door, rescuing people who were still trapped in their homes. Bonnie?
Thanks, Paul. It's incredible to see those pictures, and when the sun comes up, it'll be even more vivid. I'm now in the lab because we're going to talk about where that storm is headed next with a look at some winter weather with our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle. Tom, looking at Denver, for example, that's a city that's about to see some big changes.
Well, I'll tell you, Denver is one of the most difficult places to forecast for, just to the east of the Rocky Mountains and the lee of the mountains there. And there's a lot of effects that take place in Denver that can mean either a lot of snow or or not much snow at all. So let's just take a quick look here. There they are. They're going to have a nice, beautiful day out there today, but by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, conditions will change very quickly as this upper level low works its way across the area. So let's take a look. This is the water vapor image. That's the upper low that is sitting right there that is going to cross over the Rockies and then into the Denver area.
So the same storm from California is on the move, but it's going to have different impacts, obviously, than what we saw out west.
Yeah, it will. And once this gets here, we actually get the regeneration of a surface low. We call it Lee cyclogenesis. That's a meteorological term. Now, Denver's sitting right about here. The typical best condition for Denver to get heavy snows is what we call upslope flow up into the Rockies here. But if you take a look at the winds here, they're coming out of a northerly direction, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. This is a typical setup for the winds that will produce upslope snows right along the ridge of the Rockies here. So you can see the north-south Rockies, the air moves up
and then
over those ranges.
The snow comes down.
Yeah, you get enough lift in there that it squeezes out the moisture. Now, in this situation, the winds are coming from a northerly direction. So what's likely is going to happen here is we won't see as much snow in Denver, but in the Palmer Divide.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at Work.
Lowe's presents How to Sing a Duet.
Bells, bells, all the way.
Give the gift of portable power this season with InstaBoost. Now only $79 at Lowe's.
Rich, chewy caramel rolled up in smooth milk chocolate.
Let me know if this gets too hot.
Rolo, get your smooth on.
And then Santa's workers zapped it right to our house. And that's how they got it here.
Cool.
The magic of the season is here at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. This is the pursuit of perfection.
When you only have one hand, you're not doing anything as fast as you used to.
Do you need help? What is that?
Swiffer dusters. And I can extend so I don't have to get on the step stool. It's like a dirt magnet, just like my kids. I think Swiffer definitely gave me some of that time back.
Check.
Aha.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
Average women's tees versus a gawking gopher. Duluth Trading Longtail Tees versus a gawking gopher. The Duluth Longtail Tee. 2 extra inches to defend your back end. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Say hello to the new Weather.com. A beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new Weather.com. The final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 57 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, generally sunny. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday, the Titans of weather bring the rain. Geek Out, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
All of a sudden, it just came in heavy.
I've never seen anything like this.
Apocalyptic scenes spawned by our monster California storm. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Bonnie Schneider.
And I'm Alex Wallace. Another apocalyptic scene like something from the movie of The Day After Tomorrow that unfolded yesterday in South Los Angeles. Look at this.
Wow, scary, frightening, no doubt about it. And according to UStornadoes.com, that EF0 twister, it was the first in Los Angeles County since 2007 and the first in the city since 2004.
Wow, a decade. Utility crews are making good progress with restoring electricity to customers in California, Oregon, and Washington State. 3,000 customers are without power in California, down significantly, though, from yesterday. Some mind-boggling wind gusts in the higher elevations, including 112 miles per hour on Slide Mountain. That's near Reno, Nevada.
That's incredible. And sadly, at least 3 deaths are being blamed on this destructive storm. In Oregon, a teenager died after swerving to miss a large tree, only to crash into another tree. And a camper was also killed by a falling tree. The other death there in California. And one neighborhood that was severely hit was Camarillo Springs outside of LA. Paul Goodloe joins us live from there. And Paul, we showed you just a few minutes ago on top of an incredible just the debris in the mud. It's just a scene that is incredible.
It truly is, and you have to be here in person. Luckily, the sun is coming up over the next 15 minutes. You can really see the scope of this. In fact, the mountain behind me is pretty huge and pretty steep as well. And all this was because of a wildfire more than a year ago. But still, we're talking this much debris outside the homes. There's also debris inside the homes. And there were people in those homes a little bit over 24 hours ago. I want to bring in Captain Pete Jensen with the Ventura County Fire Department. And your department actually, you guys were called out here to rescue people. I hear just the house next door, there was a husband and wife and a caregiver. They were trapped because of this landslide?
Yes, there were 2 elderly individuals and a caregiver in that home, and 2 members of our department were able to rescue them out yesterday morning.
And what was the scene inside that house when you guys got in there?
Well, from what I was told is there was a lot of water and rock had come through some of the main windows on the backside, and that they rescued the elderly members off of their bed that was somewhat floating in the debris in the back bedroom.
So these people were in their pajamas, basically standing on the bed or sitting on the bed hoping that someone would come in there and get them out.
In some ways of that, yeah. One of them was blind, so she was unable to really understand what was going on at the time. Yes.
Now, this is not the only rescue you guys did yesterday.
That's the only ones that I'm aware of, is those 3 individuals.
3 people not help. Now, again, this all started back in May of 2013. Were you here kind of helping out with the wildfire that was burning that time?
I was involved with the wildfire in the command center.
And ever since then, there's probably concern that when you have rain, like we always do here in California, that something like this could have happened.
Sure, there's always a threat of a runoff and debris flow after a wildfire due to the fact that the vegetation has been burned off and there's not that vegetation there to hold the dirt and topsoil in place.
And again, we saw this during the day. Again, the sun is coming up now. The big concern is this area still safe? Because there's another storm, more rain coming, say, tomorrow night into Monday.
Sure, and it's really hard to tell. The geologists still need to take looks at the area, and we have to look at how much rain we're going to get in the future and how much time there is in between each storm. So they're going to work on the cleanup in the near future, and we'll see, how things play out from there.
All right, Captain Jensen, thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
And good work out here.
Thank you.
So again, Alex, this is just, one more concern that people have here, not only that they survive this mess and maybe the cleanup, but also the risk that another slide could also happen. Again, this is the rainy season, and it's just the beginning. This is December. Typically, even here in Southern California, they can get rain well into March and April of any given year. Alex?
All right, thank you so much, Paul. It's one of those things that it's like you need the rain, but boy, when it comes like this, it can be a bad situation. And what a storm this thing was. This thing was a beast. Here's a satellite view from the middle of last week, and you can see the sprawling clouds. This is an association with the front with this storm system as this thing was barreling its way across the West Coast. Numerous reports, wind gusts, damaging winds as well, and along with sort of obscured here, that tornado reported there in Southern California. In all, in totality, we're talking over 550 total total storm reports from this system. So again, this thing was a beast. Now it's on the move, certainly paling in comparison to what it was, but no doubt about it, still bringing us some showers here across parts of the southwest, just east of Phoenix, seeing a little bit of rain right now. That's starting to continue to move on off towards the north and the east. Heading north from there as you get up into portions of Utah and Idaho, finding a little bit of light rain and even some light snow. Continuing here into western Montana around Missoula, you've been snowing all morning. So there's our system continuing to track its way through the Intermountain West here through our weekend. That's going to mean for the day, wet, snowy in some of the higher terrain for the day. Looks like, again, Phoenix showers for you starting to come to an end here late this morning. Snowfall totals, well, we're going to see them pile up here for you. This goes through Sunday. Generally 5 to 8 inches here. Parts of central Colorado working up into Wyoming, but there could be some spots. You get into the higher peaks, maybe up to a foot of snow. Not out of the question. Now, Salt Lake City looks like it's all going to be rain for us. Looking for those showers for the late morning through that early evening time frame. Temperatures will be in the 40s, so remaining a little bit too warm. Where it's chilly enough in Park City, though, we've got some snow to deal with. Now, this system heads east, and that's going to mean bigger impacts a little bit farther east. Right, Bonnie?
Absolutely. The same storm system is on the move, and it's going to impact a whole different part of the country, not just California. You can see low pressure digging in further to the west of areas in the Plain States. Low pressure forming, and this is going to set us up for not just rain and severe weather, but even snow on the backside of it. Notice the moist flow coming up from the Gulf of Mexico into Texas and Oklahoma. That's really setting us up for the possibility of severe weather. We could see very strong thunderstorms tomorrow into Oklahoma and Dallas, Oklahoma City, and even Wichita in Kansas. And then behind it, we have the cold enough air to produce snow. The snow will be strong in the higher elevations of Colorado, but as Tom Nissel was saying, not so much for Denver. You'll see more of a lighter coating of snow, but just important to note that it will be much colder tomorrow than today. How about the severe impact? Look at this. A wide area of severe weather from Texas all the way to areas into Kansas. And we could even see, believe it or not, a tornado or two pop up because our Torcon is 3 out of 10. And this includes northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. So it's something to keep close watch on. If you have a no-weather radio, you're in this part of the country. Tomorrow, even as you do your holiday shopping and maybe holiday parties, just make sure you're aware in case a tornado warning is issued. So not for today, not for tonight, but for tomorrow in Dallas in the afternoon, that's when we could see some very strong thunderstorms popping up. In the evening hours, temperatures will stay mild and we'll see mostly cloudy conditions. Oklahoma City, the winds will pick up. We're looking at thunderstorms throughout Sunday into Sunday night, clear and then windy on Monday. It'll be a blustery day on Monday as you get closer to the holiday, 49 degrees. Alex?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a wild week, no doubt, for weather across the country with major storms hitting both coasts. Jim Cantore will give us a recap that covers everything from a nor'easter to mudslides and tornadoes out west.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, generally sunny. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's important work to be done. And only some able to do it. Can you make the cut?
What's the key to great first impressions? Confidence. And the perfect suit. This week at Men's Warehouse, get select suits for $199.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Okay, Patrick, one more stop. Let's go base, shark, blitz. Base, shark, blitz.
When the game's on the line.
Okay, this is for the game.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
Block 19's on. Abort, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
From restoring damage in just one room to an entire building, turn to the cleanup team that's here in your community and here to help at 1-800-SERVE-PRO, like it never even happened.
Introducing York Minis. A bite-sized way to enjoy the full-size sensation of peppermint and rich, dark chocolate. York Minis. Get the sensation.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you on a journey that crosses generations, all to tell the most amazing story, yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, efinaconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
These lights alert you to potential trouble. So do these. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Did you get the chips for the party?
Nope.
Cheese plate?
Cheese plate. No, I made something better.
You use the oven?
Boom.
Pillsbury Crescents. Make the holidays pop.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Nourished. Rescued. Protected. Given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
All right, college football continues. That's right. We've got a big one here. It's actually the 115th meeting of Army and Navy. And, of course, this game won't be determining the national championship, but it is a rivalry as heated as they get. Army looking to hopefully slow down the midshipmen who have actually won the last 12 meetings. Well, the weather is not going to be an issue here. You can see 1 o'clock, sunshine. A few clouds starting to move on in as we head towards kickoff at 3 o'clock, but low 40s, quiet skies. The field should be quiet as well as the stands. Everything is beautiful. Should be a fun game to watch there at M&T Bank Stadium there in Baltimore. Bonnie?
Well, Alex, when you fly, what seat you choose can really reveal a lot about your personality. Yahoo Travel Research found that if you pick an aisle seat, you love having freedom because you're a bit claustrophobic. People who like window seats value their privacy and love to dream. And if you just don't care and you're sitting in the middle, well, you're likely more outgoing and you like to socialize. Get more insights and take the survey at yahoo.com/travel. I always like a window seat myself. All right. Well, for those of you that are traveling today, boy, it's going to be a busy one for sure because we are looking at a lot of people heading out. There goes the plane. Hopefully you were on it, right? So far, so good in terms of delays. We only have one delay to tell you about right into the middle of the country, looking okay. Most of the part of the country looking good, but keep in mind it's still early in the morning and it's still the beginning of the weekend. A lot of people will be traveling tomorrow, and that's when we could see some delays. So looking at the board, the only delay we have, of course, is San Francisco. Not surprising, but really from the East Coast looks a little better. better. As we head further off to the east, you'll find that we'll see better conditions today than we did when we had Damon to deal with. Certainly a lot of people heading out there today and tomorrow, Alex, as we get closer and closer to the Christmas holiday.
All right. Well, you know, it has been a wild week in weather. Winter Storm Damon, that slammed the Northeast with snow. At the same time, the worst storm to hit the Bay Area in years. Our Jim Cantore takes a look back at these two powerful storms.
What a week. On the East Coast, Winter Storm Damon, a nasty nor'easter.
Oh my gosh, it was the worst commute of my career.
In the West,
This is incredible. I mean, this was wind-driven waves over the top of my deck, wiped everything out.
a monster storm, making it one of the strongest systems to hit the Bay Area in years.
Well, here's something you don't see every day, right? We had two storms this week. One, Winter Storm Damon in the east, bringing over 20 inches of snow in parts of New York State. And then a huge West Coast storm with heavy rains, flash flooding, hurricane-force winds, and some big-time snows in the higher elevations.
Despite 2,800 miles of separation between Syracuse and San Francisco, initially the impacts were about the same. Treacherous travel, widespread power outages and fallen trees. But by late week, conditions improved across the Northeast, and things literally went downhill out west. Homes ended up in the ocean in Washington state, and landslides piled rocks up to rooftops outside of Los Angeles. So after a week like this, you may be wondering, is more on the way?
Yes, there is more coming. Over the next probably 1 to 2 weeks, there are signs in the models that suggest more storms are coming into the West Coast. So this is not the end, but maybe the beginning of a wetter period for parts of the West Coast and California in particular.
So buckle up. The first official day of winter is still a week away. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Wow, I tell you, you get two big storms here in a matter of just a few days of each other. Damon hanging around forever in this West Coast storm, that just incredible rain amounts.
Right.
We saw the mud flow, debris flow issues there, just unreal.
And it's interesting to have two storms on either side of the country, and then what's next is the middle of the country this weekend.
Warming up.
Yeah.
It's like, where is
then
winter?
Getting stormy as well.
All right. Well, believe it or not, there will be some positives from all that wild winter weather in California. Tom Nizzle's going to tell us what they were in his winter weather update later.
And we'll check back in with Paul Goodlow on the aftermath of the monster storm in California.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Baby? For me?
She'll love it.
Thanks.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday,
generally sunny. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
You don't need to think about the energy that makes our lives possible. Because we do. We're ExxonMobil, and powering the world responsibly is our job. Because boiling an egg isn't as simple as just boiling an egg. Life takes energy. Energy lives here.
At Intel, they have technology that lets you change focus after you take a picture. So if things don't work out, you can refocus to just see yourself.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
It's like they've seen the future.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it.
Omega-3s are one of the essential nutrients to support your heart health. But even with a healthy diet rich in omega-3s, many people don't get enough. That's why I recommend omega-3 supplements to support your heart health.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Maxwell's is now open in the Driftwood Plaza of Jupiter. Gold, silver, coins, diamonds, jewelry, paintings, and objects of art. If you don't want it or wear it, sell it to Maxwell's. We buy and sell diamonds of all sizes, clarity, and condition up to 10 carats in size and above. We have decades of experience buying and selling gold, coins, diamonds, and objects of art. Maxwell's, located in the Driftwood Plaza on US 1 in Jupiter, Florida.
Call 1-800-715-9495. Call now.
Tomorrow night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Tomorrow at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Well, this huge California storm not only brought a lot of heavy rain, also it dumped snow here across the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. This is the snowpack that they need to hopefully alleviate some of this drought. Many areas reported easily 1 foot to 2 feet of snow. Skiers, snowboarders are loving this, but if you had to travel across the Sierra, there were some chain controls for quite some time. The good news is all the passes are open, so ski resorts are definitely open, so enjoy some fresh turns if you can get up there safely. And again, plenty of sunshine for your Saturday, but another storm is on the horizon. We'll talk about that coming up with our winter weather expert in just a few minutes. But I'm back here, Paul Goodlow, live in Camarillo, California, where I'm standing and with 1 foot on a roof of a house here. That is a victim now of this massive mudslide. We're talking just over 24 hours ago. What I'm standing on, this rock and debris up here in the mountains. Now the sun is slowly coming up. I want you to kind of slowly pan with me up to see how tall this mountain is behind these homes. And we're going to zoom into an area which is basically kind of ground zero for this landslide. You can see how deep those chasms are, several hundred feet up here in these hills. So imagine having a couple of inches of rain fall very quickly. And here's the thing, there was a wildfire here back in May of 2013, and this is really the first or maybe the second time we've had this much rain fall in this area. And you have to remember that these aren't just your average rocks here. This is all granite. So think about your countertop in your bathroom or your kitchen. Yeah, this rock is not holding anything when you have burned soil. Again, it changes the chemical consistency of the soil, so the soil no longer sticks to the rocks. So you have the heavy rain, this thing flows off like perhaps a Teflon pan and your breakfast that you're cooking this morning. So there's nothing holding the soil. So the soil runs and takes all this rock and debris. And unfortunately, about 24 hours ago, took it down this hill and into and through many of these homes here. So talking nearly a dozen homes, about a dozen families now going to spend the holidays not at home, but perhaps at a shelter, a friend's house, or perhaps even a hotel because of this massive storm. Well, the storm is not just done here in California. It continues to push across the Rockies and eventually into the Midwest with perhaps more wintry weather there. With more on that, let's head to our winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle. Tom?
Yeah, Paul, it will be. And boy, those are surreal scenes there. I'll tell you, there's a negative side, of course, to all of that rain in such a quick period of time across California, but there's positive aspects as well. I want to take a look here at the Sierra. The Sierra, the natural reservoir for water. It locks that up in the mountains, and during the spring and summer, it rejuvenates all the reservoirs, the drinking water supplies as that melts. On December 11th, just a couple of days ago, we were running at about 32% of what we normally should see at this time of the year across the Sierra. After this, yesterday, we got an update from the California Water Resources Board, and the statewide percentage is now up to 40%. That's a nice modest increase there, so it at least is a start into rejuvenating that snowpack there. And we're going to see more coming in the form of this next storm system that is going to head toward California over the next 24 to 36 hours, moving rapidly off the Pacific here. This is the upper level energy that will provide the lift in the atmosphere that changes that moisture into precipitation in the form of rain for a good part of the state, and at higher elevations, snowfall. Now, this is not going to be a very cold event once again, so the snow levels, the level at which the snow will fall at, is going to be from 6,000 feet and higher. The pass right here going through Donner Pass on I-80 is at 7,200 feet, so you're likely going to see some travel issues there again in that Monday to Tuesday time frame. The snow levels drop as the colder air comes in. We take a look at our computer model to show how it just paints the Sierra with the blue, the snowfall beginning Monday afternoon and then going into Monday night. You see the entire range lights up here with additional snow. That will continue through Monday night and into early Tuesday before the system lifts off and goes across the Great Basin and then into the Four Corners. The Klamath Range here and all along the northern portion of the Sierra in particular this time are where you're going to see that heavier snowfall, as much as 12 to 18 inches here. Mount Shasta up here certainly going to see double-digit snows. And across this region right here down to Lake Tahoe, one more bout of snowfall. Skiers will be happy, and that reservoir is going to be rejuvenated. So we'll send it back over to you.
Thanks so much, Tom. Well, people across California are finally getting a break from that dangerous, powerful storm. But some now are facing situations like this. You can see mudslides. They destroyed homes near Camarillo. We're going to show you how this was just the beginning of the mess.
And now that monster storm is targeting new areas, find out if rain or snow is going to impact your weekend.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plenty of sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, generally clear. Low 55. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, generally sunny. High 75. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Chaos in California. A rare tornado hit south of Los Angeles, spawned by the strongest storm to hit the state in 6 years.
It's scary. I want to go back.